it's Julia. What I'm working on this week are some little accent pillows with a fall theme to them. And they're going to be small. They're an accent pillow. I'm thinking the finished size will be like an 8 by 8. I thought they'd be really cute in a basket or even on like a shelf, maybe a mantle, that kind of thing. And I found this really old stencil of mine. It was in with my scrapbook supplies, so many years old, but it does have this fun maple leaf, and I like the size of it, and also this acorn. And then I just drew another one, a pumpkin. So I'm going to have the three different little pillows. I'm working on a heavy canvas. This is a 10-ounce cotton canvas. I'll link my supplies down below for you. I will not be able to link this. This, like I said, it's probably 25 years old. I want to have a frayed edge on this, and so I already nicked it at 6 inches. This is going to be a 6-inch square on top of the pillows. So I just made a little slit, and then I'm going to rip this so that it has the frayed edge. And to do that, you literally just rip. It just. And then I'm also going to measure up 6 inches this way, make a mark, and rip so that they're a 6-inch square. You do have to get a fair amount of a slit so you can able to grab it. And I'm going to go ahead and get the other two ready. I'm going to use my heat erase pen to trace this. I'm going to start with the leaf. Now for the acorn, I think I'm going to do two of them. I'm going to have one place this direction and then flip it over and trace the other one. I did add some of the detail to the pumpkin, some of the inside lines and a squiggle. I'm going to do some more on just some different lines on the acorns and also some of the veins on the leaf. And then what I'm going to do is take this to the sewing machine, and I think I'm going to use a dark brown thread, and I'm going to just edge stitch this with a free motion stitching, and then also wanted to add some of the doodling and some of the inside little line just for some interest. And then I want to try to use a watercolor paint to add some color to this. Now these are not meant to be washed. These are, if they get dirty, possibly I would spot wash it, or for sure use a lint brush to get any lint or anything off of it. What I'm going to be using is a student grade watercolor. This is the one by Koi. I like it because it's little and small and I can take it with me. And it has a lot of different colors. Now, of course, you can mix your own. You can do whatever you want. I want this to be very playful. I don't want to think a lot about this project. I want to just have a lot of fun with it. Another thing I could use are my Inktense. I have Durant Inktense blocks or even some pencils. But I just thought this is something that's more readily available. You can even go into a craft store and get a like a student grade or even a child's grade watercolor set and try something like this. I just think it'd be really a lot of fun. For my brushes too, I'm not using good brushes. I don't have any good brushes here. I forgot them all in Arizona, and I'm not sure how that happened, but so I am just using little craft brushes too for this. So anything, can be used for it. Like I said, I'm not going to think too hard on this. I really just want to have fun with it. And we'll see how it takes me. I'm going to set them at the sewing machine first and do some of this thread doodling on sketching this with my thread, and then get onto the watercolor. I do have my free motion foot on. This is actually the darner foot or darning foot. And so my feed dogs are dropped, and I have that dark brown thread on. And actually, I'll show you, I'm just using regular serger thread. Now, serger thread has shorter, I don't know, filaments or whatever you want to call it. It's not the best thread, and I would never sew like a quilt or anything with it. It's 100% 100% polyester. And I do think it's a little, I don't know if it's heavier, but it does show up as an outline a little bit better than like a thinner or like a nice quality thread. So people do ask me why my free motion stands out a little bit more. And maybe that's why that I'm using serger thread. And I just have like a stand beside my sewing machine that I can run that serger cone thread through. So I'm just going to start, I think I'm going to start up here where these stems are. And I'm going to just stitch right on the line. I've already just drew in some of the detail that I thought would work. I probably will be going over my lines more than once, and it's not going to be exact. It's going to be more of a sketchy look, but that's kind of what I like. So I'm going to just take off and just show you how it progresses here. I should mention I do have just regular bobbin thread in my bobbin, and I have white. If it happens, if your tension isn't quite right and you see that bobbin thread coming up, I would just use the same color in the bobbin thread. Right now it's looking pretty good, and so I'm just going to leave it. Bobbin thread is a lighter weight thread, and sometimes it just feeds better. I usually do use it in my bobbin, especially if I'm doing any decorative stitches. I'm going to go ahead and finish this one and finish my other ones, and then we'll get set up for the painting. After my stitching is done, you can still see some of the marks from my heat erase pen. So I am going to iron these quickly just to remove those marks that I don't want there. I'm going to wet this fabric first and then just mix some color. I'm going to mix some oranges, maybe add a little brown to it. I have two different bottles of water here. I'm going to try to keep one as my clean water and then one as my clean out my brush water. One thing with fabric, it's going to wick and it might extend out beyond my lines. It's just the way it is. You're just going to have to experiment with it, and I'm not going to be too concerned with that. I think I'm going to be done with the pumpkin for now. I might, after it dries, it's going to lighten, so I might go in and add another layer of color on top of it. But for right now, I like it. I did leave some of the spaces without any color at all. Now I'm going to go on to the leaf. I'm finding that you can blend quite well just right on top of the canvas. Just kind of fun. Now on to the acorns. I'm thinking I might try to add some purple in this just to see, purple and brown, and then this more of a reddish or rust color. I think I'm going to be done for right now. I'm going to let these dry and then come back to them and see if I need to add another layer. I let them dry overnight and you can see the results on them. I do want to go over them again and just try to like really bring out like the red in the leaf and maybe do some more shading on the pumpkin, and we'll see. I do want to go over them again one more time and just give them a little bit more depth and a little bit more color. I'm going to stitch each one of these now on my background fabric. And I'm just going to do a brown free motion stitch going around. I'm going to go around it twice and it's going to be wavy and funky. I'm not going to probably show it to you until after I'm done. I'm not going to take you to the sewing machine with me, but I wanted to say I cut my fabric at 9 by 9, 9 inches by 9 inches, and I'm just using a plaid shirting. It's a really dark navy blue. It almost looks black, but I believe it is navy blue. And so that's going to be my next step. I've got them all, I think, to the where I want them as far as the paint. I do have warm and natural batting on the back of each of these, and I'll cut that down to size when I get my stitching completely done. For the backing on these, I'm just going to use some more of the canvas. So the backing is going to be the canvas. Just a couple more steps left on these little pillows. I am going to take it to the sewing machine now and do my stitching on these, then doing my trimming, and then it's a matter of joining the front to the back. And here they are all finished. You can see the real wonky stitch that I did. Just went over them twice. I'll have some pictures at the end. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. Have a great week. Bye for now.